Live from the Philippine School Abu Dhabi, International Core News. 6.6 magnitude earthquake hits Masbate. Taal volcano erupts, pours ashes throughout the zone. .4 magnitude earthquake hits South Mexico. Sangay volcano erupts, ash to 40,000 feet.
Good day everyone, it is the 14th of October, bringing you the core news. I am Katrina, Luise, and Pablo.
And I am Ramos, and this is International Core News. On today's headline, the Masbate earthquake, the eruption of the Taal volcano, the Oaxaca earthquake, and the volcanic eruption of the Sangay volcano.
Additionally, we will be reporting about how to prepare for these two calamities, and as for our news feature, the causes of these two disasters.
A devastating earthquake had hit Masbate recently. For more details, we have Katrina Pablo reporting.
A magnitude 6.6 earthquake hit Katangian town in Masbate on the morning of August 18, 2020, leaving heavy damage to homes and other structures. Bicol police reported that Gilbert Saudo, a retired policeman, died after the strong quake collapsed portions of his home in Sitio Alimango in Barangay Concepcion. Another resident died of heart attack due to Tuesday morning's earthquake, and the aftershocks experienced since then, with shaking felt in nearby provinces.
The quake also left 170 people injured, with 67 patients coming from Katangian. Nicole reported that 18 of them are in the hospital for treatment, while other patients were from nearby municipalities. The earthquake was caused by the movement of the Philippine Fault Zone, according to the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology. There are close to 600 partially damaged buildings in Masbate, which include public school buildings, roads, bridges, and parts of Katangian Port. Meanwhile, 6 structures totally collapsed in the epicenter of the earthquake.
Next, we have the eruption of Taal volcano, the eruption that had caused a major impact on Batangas. For further details, we have Ramos reporting.
Taal volcano in Batangas, Philippines was a phreatomagmatic eruption that poured ashes throughout Calabarzon, Metro Manila, parts of the Central Luzon, and Ilocos region from its main crater. Occurred on the afternoon of January 12, 2020, 43 years after its previous eruption in 1977. A total of 39 people died as a result of this eruption of Taal, although only one case was directly caused by its eruption. Taal has a history of multiple eruption styles, creating threats in the ground in the form of lava and in the air through ash. There's also a risk of a volcanic tsunami, which can be triggered by falling debris after an eruption generating waves in the lake. Taal is the most lethal of the Philippines. Its eruptions have been recorded since the late 1500s, but casualties were only recorded from 1754 onwards.
Hey, why do you two look so sad?
We bought these goggles to prepare for natural disasters, but when we tried them on the drill of our barangay, they just broke.
We were hoping to use them, and now we won't. They were quite pricey too.
Really, we were able to find ones that were reasonably priced and are of quality. Here.
It's comfortable to wear too, and it's sure to keep all that sweat, dust, and debris away from your eyes.
Ooh, these look good.
Be safe, not sorry. Get yours now, suitable for all with different sizes and fits.
Volcanic eruptions are caused by magma rising to the surface. Magma is formed when the Earth's mantle melts. Magma is lighter than rock, so it rises towards the Earth's surface, causing eruptions. Earthquakes are caused by underground rock suddenly breaking along a fault. The sudden release of energy causes the seismic waves that make the ground shake. When two blocks of rock are rubbing against each other, they catch on each other but do not move. After a while, the rocks break because of all the pressure that's been built up. When the rocks break, the earthquake occurs.
Similarly, in Oaxaca, an earthquake has recently struck the state in Mexico. To fill in further details, we have Nicole Nuñez.
On the 23rd of June 2020, around 10:29 a.m. local time, an earthquake with a magnitude of 7.4 hit Oaxaca, a state in Mexico. It was reported to collapse buildings and prompt evacuations. 10 deaths had been reported in Oaxaca, according to the coordinator for Mexico's National Civil Protection Service. Additionally, Oaxaca's state governor, Alejandro Murat, said a 22-year-old woman and a worker at the Pemex oil refinery in Salina Cruz were among the dead, with 23 injured. The Oaxacan Health Services also reported damages from the quake to general hospitals in Pochutla, Puerto Escondido, and Pinotepa Nacional, and a few community hospitals in other areas. According to Murat, 2 of the hospitals with damages have been dealing with coronavirus patients. On top of that, over 8,000 houses were affected across 145 of the state's 570 municipalities. Other damaged structures included 213 schools, 15 health centers, 7 bridges, and 25 sections of state highways. Streets and buildings were also shaken in Mexico City, and damage was observed in at least 14 buildings across the city, including the collapse of a single-floor residence. The earthquake occurred as the result of shallow thrust faulting, likely on the subduction zone interface between the Cocos and North America tectonic plates, as Oaxaca lies above this convergent boundary. This area is associated with many large and damaging earthquakes.
Only earthquakes, but also volcanic eruptions. A volcanic eruption that has recently occurred outside of the country will also be reported by Nicole Nuñez.
A major eruption started at Ecuador's Sangay volcano at 9:20 a.m. UTC on September 20, 2020. According to the Washington VAAC, volcanic ash rose to 40,000 feet above sea level, generating a dark ash plume. Heavy ashfall was reported in provinces west of the volcano. Major emissions ended by 3:33 p.m. UTC, with only minor volcanic ash emissions detected on satellite imagery. IGPEN volcanologists said that explosions and ash emissions were much more energetic than any of those observed in the past couple of months. Sangay is located in a mainly uninhabited region in the province of Morona Santiago, but the eruption was so powerful that the ash, helped by the strong winds, have been carried into the Ecuador's agricultural and cattle region. The worst affected areas are the provinces of Chimborazo and Bolivar in central Ecuador, but Guayas and Los Rios to the west have also been hit by the ash. Ecuador's agricultural ministry has offered help to clean up pastures and crops in the worst hit areas, including supplying food rations for cattle and water pumps to help spray crops clean. The international airport in the port city of Guayaquil was also temporarily closed.
For our weather forecast for the next week, it will be mostly sunny, humid, and breezy at night, with 35 degrees on Sunday and its lowest at 25 degrees. On Monday, it will be 35 degrees with plenty of sun and at its lowest of 25 degrees. As for Tuesday, it will be 34 degrees with less humidity and at its lowest of 25 degrees. On Wednesday, it will be 35 degrees, sunny, and at its lowest of 25 degrees. On Friday, it will be 34 degrees, mostly sunny with a few clouds, and at its lowest of 25 degrees. Lastly, on Saturday, it will still be 34 degrees, still plenty of sunshine, and its lowest of 25 degrees. Make sure to apply sunscreen and stay safe.
To prepare us for the dangers of earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, we have John Daniel Macatangay to inform us on what to do before it occurs.
To prepare yourself and your family from the possible dangers an earthquake and volcanic eruption can cause. One of the many things you can do is to follow the advice of local officials, as you will be provided with information by local authorities on how to prepare for an earthquake and volcanic eruption, and if necessary, on how to evacuate the area or take shelter on where you are.
Despite all this, we have good news that occurred. On the reporting of this good news, we have Mendoza.
The eruption of the Taal volcano led the Filipinos in the UAE to embody the spirit of bayanihan to help those victims of the eruption. They joined hands for the benefit of over 144,000 plus families and residents who have been displaced and affected by the eruption and ashfall of the Taal volcano. The OFWs then went to Polo Owa early Saturday, January 18 to donate and provide their helping hand to pack up items for the Tulong para sa Taal initiative.
Not only that, for good news on the earthquake victims will be reported next.
Once again, the Bayanihan Spirit inspired relief efforts for Mindanao earthquake victims as a series of strong earthquakes on the 16th, 29th, and 31st of October in the southern province of Mindanao claimed the lives of 22 people, left more than 400 injured, and destroyed the homes of more than 37,000 families. Donation of 2 million pesos, courtesy of the Go Kong Wei Brothers Foundation and JG Summit Holdings, jump-started the conglomerate's efforts to aid the victims.
Thank you for being with us, and we hope to see you tomorrow. I'm Katrina, Luise, and Pablo.
And I am Ralph Ramos. Have a good afternoon.